All right, for our final segment today, and for only doing 2 segments for Rise of Magic. You got the overview last time. We are going to look at the 3 player character OCCs that it comes up with. We touched on them in the previous video: the Blue Zone Wizard, the Chaos Wizard, and the D Shifter. But now we are going to dive into each one of them. Not going to read it word for word, but we're certainly going to take a look at how they're the proto of the Leyline Wizard. I don't know what the Chaos Wizard turned into, and the Shifter, and actually how the D Shifter, well, it devolved over time because the Shifter is not nearly as cool. I actually like the Shifter compared to this D Shifter. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so what page do we need? Is this a clickable PDF? I don't think so. Nope. So let's take a look at Blue Zone Wizard, page 18, so it'll be 19 here. Oh, yeah. All right, the Blue Zone Wizard. Now, I'm just going to read this first part, and then we're going to look over its powers, okay? Slide over just a touch more. There we go. Remember, the citizens of Chaos Earth come from an age of science and technology. How would you explain the Golden Age, Heathen Dog?
The Golden Age of the Earth was when science was being advanced at a rapid pace, and people were instinctively using it to make everyone's life better. That's the Golden Age. So science was king, and it was doing things that 50 years ago would be considered magical. It was that good. And then it all got ruined.
Here's a question for you from Rumble. And I say it's for you because you can answer it better than me. So if you read Chaos Earth first, then does Rifts make more sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
I said not to me, but that's
well, it does because there are a few like you were saying earlier, there are a few callbacks.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of an origin story, and it helps you put Rifts into a different and maybe more stable context in your head.
Yeah, I don't want to dive into everything that we talked about beforehand for the audience out there with the terms of what I've been having troubles with Rifts. We talked about at the beginning of the stream, so if you have access to the full live stream, you can check it out there. But it's something more than we can talk about even in one segment. This isn't a Rifts hatred. I want to be very clear about that. There are just some things that just in my brain, I can't put this square peg in this round hole, even though Rifts players see it as a round peg in a round hole. So, all right. But their only knowledge of magic comes from fairy tales, ancient myth, and works of fiction. They can scarcely believe it's real, relegating magic to the alien, mysterious, and frightening. Now, I'm not going to read any more. That gets you the idea. The whole point is that magic is like, there's no such thing as magic. And all of a sudden, as we saw in the last video, somebody's hands are on fire. And they willed somebody to get shot out a window. And it's like, what is going on here? And how do you think people react to that? Well, if you get the power, you might think it's cool. Or you might try to, you know what, I can get in her brain and make her sleep with me. Or that dude didn't pay me back, I'm just going to nuke him. Like, people will react different ways. Heathen Dog once said to me when we were doing the mage game, what would you do if you had unfettered power? How would you react? Like, well, you know what? We found out that power corrupts, and took until the end.
Corrupts unfetteredly.
Yeah, well, it took until the end. But yeah, I mean, and so, humans are going to be humans, and, the people who can't do it are going to be like, what is it? What's the movie? The Marvel movies? Like, mutants, kill them all because they're not human. We can't control the powers that they have type stuff, right? What is that? Sentinel? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So, people are going to act the way people act. And that's the whole point here. So let's, so the Blue Zone Wizard, here, you kind of see that it's iconic looks. Well, so they wear goggles, they have an air breather, I think the goggles is like the only thing that they took away from the Leyline Walker. They wear cloaks, they wear this heavy stuff. Why? Because the weather patterns and the ambient energy of the Leylines themselves is just absolutely crazy. So You can't always breathe well, and you get dust in your face. And as somebody who's been out shredding leaves in his backyard and so forth, I should probably wear a mask. And that's nothing like the whirlwind that you might find in a ley line. But they learned that's where they get their powers. And so they have to hop through buildings. They have to kind of sneak in because Nima doesn't want people here. Why? Well, because the people here do weird things, and they tend to like to talk to demons. And this is where demons and DBs and weirdness, oh my, springs from. So you kind of gotta, hide yourself. Cover yourself up. So, but let's see what these folks get. I'm sorry I'm not diving directly into the lore here, but I think that's enough. My favorite aspect of this was that PPE has potential psychic energy, which is the power that, that fuels your magic. They don't even know that it exists yet. Well, how do they cast spells? With PPE. But they don't know it exists. You got it! Magic is so fun. So, can only cast spells when on a ley line or within 500 feet plus 50 feet per level. So, when a blue zone wizard gets away from a ley line, it's so funny how the lore in this is like, technically...
And it's funny because it's all psychological.
Yes!
It's all in his head.
Exactly. 100%. Now, what about your character? Well, my character knows. No, your character doesn't know. Your character fully believes that he can only cast spells near a ley line. Now, there are some rules about the power of it once you hit like 4th level, and maybe we'll see that here in a moment. But ultimately, no, if you're away from a ley line, you can't cast spells, no matter what your character or what your player might think. Can only cast 1 spell or work 1 magical effect per round. So that's different than normal risk, where you can do what, 2, 3, 4, whatever, I forget.
Depending on the level,
yeah. So available PPE from blue zones. Why can I not say that word? And ley lines is unpredictable and inconsistent. Hence, the range of 10 to 60 PPE is determined by a roll of 1d6 times 10. This means a spell that requires more energy than another may not work. If a spell requires 12 PPE and only 10 points is rolled as being available, it does not work. You do roll each time, okay? It's not just once in your life. But Game Masters, be careful. Stepping 50 feet away and then coming back in does not count. I would make it a rule like once per day, because I don't remember seeing a rule in here about how often. I would say it's once per day, or if you significantly leave and then come back or something, have a true encounter maybe. But yeah. Another limit for Lola. Yeah, this is the one that's gonna be the 4th level thing, I think. Magic is completely new to zone wizards, so they aren't used to channeling magical energy through their bodies. Heck, until they reach higher understanding, they don't even realize what they're doing. And even blue zone energy must be siphoned and channeled directly through the spellcaster to perform magic. Consequently, low-level zoners, levels 1 through 3, cannot cast more than a total of 15 spells per 12-hour time. Maybe I should read that parenthetical there. They're actually successful per 12-hour time period without feeling incredibly fatigued and weak. Because they think they're like, make it go.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's that instead of using their personal store of PPE, which they don't know how to do, they have to filter the magic from the environment directly through their bodies and then out again. That is physically taxing.
But they don't even realize that they're doing that. Until 4th level.
But they are. I mean, they are doing it, and it's still physically taxing, whether they know or not. Casting from your personal store is eliminating half of that step. And it's less taxing, but they don't know how to do that, so they can't.
So, after 15 spells have been cast, the zone wizard can try to cast additional spells for several minutes. See E below, and we'll look at this real quickly. Each spell costs double the usual PPE to cast, so right there, you're not coming in with loads and loads and loads of PPE. You do have a reserve, which we'll talk about later, but this is why they feel tied to the ley line. I'm sorry, the blue zone. The duration, damage, and range of the spell are all reduced by half, so double the PPE, half the result. That sucks. The character's speed attribute, attacks per melee round, and all bonuses are reduced by half. Remember, this is after you do 15 successful spells. The zone wizard's MDC, which we'll talk about a little later, is reduced by half, and the character's SDC is reduced to 0. It means every damage normal to you would go directly to hit points. And then there's the danger of collapse. The Zone Wizard can only continue to cast magic beyond 15 spells for 1 minute per each physical endurance attribute point. So I hope you have a high PE. Plus, a character with a PE.
You're a kid, which means you don't have a high PE.
Well, this one you don't have to be a kid necessarily. That's more the Chaos Wizard. But yeah, be fair, a lot of them are. Yes. Oops. However, if the zoner pushes himself like this, he's in danger of collapsing and falling into a coma. Roll to save versus coma and death. Plus 20% to the save, though.
Yay.
Worst if a character is not found and taken to receive medical attention as soon as possible, the zoner suffers from the elements, frostbite, hypothermia during the winter, and is vulnerable to attack from demons, monsters, and predatory animals as well as human cutthroats. Note, from 4th level on, the Zone Wizard develops a tolerance for magic and comes to realize he is channeling mystic energy. Armed with this knowledge, the mage develops relaxation and meditation techniques that rejuvenate his capacity to weave magic, enabling the character to cast 1 spell per melee round indefinitely, encumbered only by the normal fatigue considerations that apply to any human. I like this. I like this proto mage. Okay. In addition to the obvious limitation of only being able to perform magic in blue zones, Zone Wizard is vulnerable to attack from the supernatural beings, because guess where they pop out from?
Where you want to be.
Exactly. Where you feel all comfies, they are like, so do we. And it talks about checking creatures of chaos and so forth. That was the other complaint about this book. I understand. I know people get irked at me when I say this. It's still a pet peeve of mine. A lot of times this book says reference a different book. In this case, it's not a big deal. Where it bothers me more is when it comes to spell selection. I think we see that more at the Chaos Wizard, if I remember correctly, or the D-Shifter, but that's annoying to me. Put the spells in here then. It's just copy-paste. Just put the spells in here then. I shouldn't have to buy the Rift's Book of Magic if I don't want it. It's kind of silly. Anyway, especially what if I'm only doing Chaos Earth? I don't want Rift's books necessarily. It's kind of a weak argument because they're tied together, but you get what I'm saying. Now, this will be true of all of them, but this is kind of cool. You become a mega damage being whenever on or within 500 feet of a blue zone. All of a sudden, now it takes a minute, if I remember correctly. We'll get to that in a moment. But the sort of invisible force field is reminiscent of the form-fitting Armor of Ithyn spell. Total MDC is 20 points plus 1d6 per level of the Zone Wizard's experience. Best of all, damage to the force field regenerates at a rate of 1 MDC per melee round. Not a lot, but at the same time, that's a mega damage, and it's every round. 4 MDC points per minute. So long as the character can avoid taking significant amounts of damage, he has a renewable means of personal defense. Does not have to concentrate to do it, it's automatic. Fire energy bolts. Now, this might be where Heathen Dog says, hey, this is where they're weaker. I don't know for sure compared to Leyline. Because right now, the Leyline Walker to me seems, I don't know, I like this guy better. They can focus their minds to draw upon Leyline energy to hurl bolts of energy. 3d6 SDC costs 2 PPE. 46 SDC costs 3 PPE. Where's the mega damage? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, 1d6 mega damage costs 6 PPE. 2d6 8, and 3d6 mega damage 10 PPE. Its duration is instant. Each blast counts as 1 melee action or attack, but does not count as a spell. Remember, you can only cast 1 spell per round. This is not a spell. This is an innate ability. He spends a PPE, he shoots out some I don't know, blue fire or something at you. And can be fired with a thought. That doesn't mean with semantic, verbal, and material components, you AD&D folks. He thinks it happens. Range 300 feet, that's actually pretty far. Bonus +2 to strike, but the target must be within the character's line of sight. These energy bolts can be...
That is almost OP. It really is. Because at this time, it actually stated that each ley line gives a minimum per round of 10 free PPE. Well, maximum power 3d6 MD is, guess what? 10 PPE. Pew, 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 pew. You're a gun with infinite bullets.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about infinite because you do have low PPE. But you're a machine gun. You're a Gatling gun.
Exactly, yeah. You can fire 1 every round no matter what. Up to 4 free. For absolute free. maximum power 1 every round. If you got lucky in your D6 roll, you could fire up to 6 for free. Pew 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 every round. Because the ley line is directly powering it. That's almost OP.
Energy Fist. The Zone Wizard's hand crackles with blue energy and tiny lightning bolts. I like the visuals, by the way. Great job with the visuals. I don't remember seeing this in other Rifts books. At least not often. To be fair, I haven't scoured them. You guys will correct me. I know that. But for me, these visuals are like, okay. Especially when we get to D-Shifter again. Although it's kind of weird. A punch does 2d6 mega damage. Heathen Dog, what are you? 5'8", 5'9", 5'10"? What?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm 5'9". Imagine me punching a mega damage with 2d6 mega damage. Booyah. That's awesome. That's Hulk smash punching.
It is. And the cool thing is, it costs 6 PPE. That's free. And it lasts 1 whole round. It may count as a spell, but it lasts for your entire round. So you do 1 spell casting, and the rest of it is however many actions you have left in the round.
Mm-hmm.
To start punching folk or stuff or whatever.
Calm storms, including ley line storms. What?
Yep.
In this chaotic time of mega powerful and crazy ley lines and ley line nexuses and blue zones and yada yada, this dude can go in there and be like, oh. 10 minutes per level experience for ley line storms and 30 minutes per level experience for natural storms and strange rains. Oh, I didn't catch that the first time I read it. He can do normal storms.
Yeah.
A little too rainy for you? Hold on, I got that. Magical influence reduces the intensity and natural duration of the storm by half. Calm a storm, it must be over a blue zone, but the effect works on the entire storm system, including the portions that are away from the blue zone out to 1 mile. Okay. I don't remember reading that. Of course, ley line storms and strange rains only occur along blue zones. Counts as a spell. So you can. Oh no, it counts as a spell.
Whatever. That's not exactly a downside, but all right, whatever.
Floats on ley lines. The Zone Wizard can float or walk through the air. Okay, I'm not going to read more of that. You get the idea.
Yeah, that's normal for ley line wizard too.
Okay.
So
blue zone regeneration. Can absorb the mystic energy. This means character will recover 1d4 plus 4 hit points or SCC per 24-hour period he is on or near ley line, which is actually, what is it normally 4 if you're, it's like 2 or 4 if you're,
there's no D. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on if you're getting professional or no care.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah.
Wounds and burns heal with little sign of scarring, and bones mend as good as new. Zoners can also perform an instant rejuvenation once every 24 hours in which any toxins, poisons, and infections are purged from the body, and 46 hit points and 46 SDC are instantly restored. So you can go in there, pop that, boom, okay, and then heal still faster the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Sense the coming of ley line storm, that's automatic. Sense the opening of a dimensional portal. Hey.
All automatic.
And you know approximately where it is and what's coming through. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, that's the D-Shifter that knows what's coming through. You can sense field disturbance. Yeah. But you can tell approximately where it is. It's the D-Shifter that can tell what's coming through. Sorry. Sense a power surge. Knows when ley line is surging for some reason and if they should get the hell out of there. See and communicate with entities. Effective only when close. But you can talk to elemental beings and other weirdos that are coming through there. Sense supernatural demons. Great. Or beings and demons. Yeah. I mean, look at all these powers. We're not done with the powers yet.
No. Teleport out of a blue zone. That's an escape button.
Yep. Oh, it's an amazing escape button. Because teleport just outside the blue zone, whenever he needs or wants to do so. Opening the rift, sudden, frequent, where is it? This is not to a specific location on or near the blue zone, but to the nearest point outside the line. This is one-way teleportation that can be performed with just a thought. Yeah. When I first read that, I was like, what the? So Heathen Dog, I know that the storm's getting real. Hold on, gotta go. Boop. Hey, what the? And then Heathen Dog stuck with a ley line storm. Except he can teleport himself at first level, 1 additional person at levels 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So, you can take your party with you. Costs 30 points, though. So I hope you rolled well.
Yeah, fair enough.
Initial spell knowledge. In addition to the spell abilities described above, as if that wasn't enough, also knows 14 spells, 6 chaos magic spells, which you'll get in this book, and 2 additional spells from invocations, spells levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 8 total, or 4 spells from level 1 and 2. And this is where it starts to tell you go look at other books. Learning new spells has no formal means of finding or learning new spells in a scholarly sense. I'm not going to read this, but it says go check out the Book of Magic. But and is that's 2 spells period, not 1 from each spell level. So each time you go up a level, you do get new spells, but you don't backtrack them. I don't know why he had to put that in there, but it was weird. And then there's an alternative method. So there we go. I know I'm skipping some things here. Oh, this is thematic, so I do want to talk about this. Secret PPE reserve. Shh, don't tell him. Unknown to the Blue Zone Wizard, the character has a personal PPE base of reserve of energy equal to the character's physical endurance attribute, plus 1d6 plus 1 per level experience, starting at level 1. So you get that right off the bat. This extra PPE is often drawn upon unconsciously when the zoner needs it most. In other words, it is tapped by desire and intense emotion and added to the PPE available from the Blue Zone to cast spells that require more than the 10 to 60 PPE points available at the moment from the landlord. Remember, ritual magic does not exist at this point. So I thought that was interesting. I would almost want to have the game, even as a player, I'd almost want the game master to keep that information. So I'd be like, I'm going to try something. Didn't work. Dang it. Thought I had it in me. I thought I had that. Or, yes, I got it off. I don't know. And then it talks about, yes, what you get. Can you quickly roll percentile dice if you have them there?
Sure. 52.
52, he's late teens, so he learned his magic powers between 17 and 19 years old. He gets plus 1d6 plus 2 PPE to the secret PPE reserve, so even more. All right, we are not going to read any more of this stuff. You guys generally know how OCCs work if you're watching this. My guess is, or you're already enthralled by now. Let's move on to the Chaos Wizard. We're only picking one. We're not doing all of them. We're only picking one. And I will let Heathen Dog pick.
Hater.
I actually thought you'd avoid that one.
Nope.
Okay. So
for the lulz.
For the lulz. Okay. So Chaos Wizards are kids that all of a sudden just spontaneously get powers, and they're like, what the heck is going on? They have no adult supervision, and they're just learning on the streets. So you just handed a gangbanger a gun, and he doesn't know how to use it, but he's sure going to find out. So he said hater. First of all, go ahead and roll me percentile dice. Let's get your age again.
10.
You're a child. So you're
Woo-hoo.
9 to 12 years old. 1d4
right.
plus 8. You don't have to roll that. You're just 9 to 12 years old. We don't care. And so what does he get as a child? IQ is 1d6 plus 5. Mental endurance is 1d6 plus 4. 1d6 plus 6 for girls. Wouldn't that be mental affinity, not mental endurance?
My intelligence is 6.
You know what? That will go up as you get older.
I know, but it still sucks.
I do like the fact that he has these sex-based differences, like especially later in the late teens where boys are stronger. I like that. I know some people might think it's too pedantic. Look, either use them as is or don't use them at all. I can understand. I can understand the don't use them at all part. I really can. That might just add in a little bit of pedantry you don't care about. Cool, got it. But I like it. My only question is, and correct me if I'm wrong about Palladium attributes, because I've used these attributes before and after the bomb, but wouldn't girl power pretty privilege fall under MA and not ME?
Yeah, it does. It's the fact that girls, when they're younger, are more mentally stable than boys.
Okay.
This is on a large average.
Can then we give them a negative when they hit their late teens? And
I would, but yeah, no, they don't do.
All right. And then, so what do we have here? Child spell modifier table. Roll in this table each time a Chaos Wizard under the age of 13 casts a spell. Well, he's under the age of 13. Pretend he casts a spell. Go ahead and give me percentile dice.
Bibbidi bobbidi boop. 72.
72. Double the range and increase the power by 50%. Nice.
All right.
Or he could have gotten 82 and he could get another effect. Now, this happens in a couple of, it says optional, but the optional is constantly doing it. It's not optional when it comes on this chart. Okay, on the table that he just rolled on. The idea behind this is to, hey, magic is new and up and coming, and even the adults and so forth may have a possible, if desired, roll in the following every time an adult chaos wizard casts a spell. Notice it says only adult. So go ahead and just give me a percentile roll again.
65.
65. The spell does not work. Instead, the target of the spell is turned invisible. Same as the spell invisibility. Simple. Duration 3. What's that?
Invulnerable.
But you said 65.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I was looking at 66. My bad. Invisible. Sorry. Yep, you're right. Invisible. That's bad. If I wanted to hurt him and now I can't see him and now no one can see him, that's a problem.
It's even especially bad if you're trying to teleport him out of the area.
Yeah, because it would look like I win.
Right? Duration 3 minutes per level of the caster. Now, it also does say in here, note at game master discretion, these side effects may lessen or occur or go away as the character gains in levels. I'm not going to tell you what I think you should do. I love tables like this, but I also know that they can be overbearing and make classes unfun to play when they're used too often. So I don't know what the right answer is, other than when a kid casts a spell, you do roll on this table because you still only have a 20% chance of this other table of happening. Okay. You know, if you really want to sell the fact that adults, when they get magic, it just isn't as cool for them. And the book explains why, by the way. I'm not going to get into it now, but then use it. Okay. Where's the haters and all that stuff? Did I skip it? I didn't mean to. Chaos Wizard OCC.
No, I think the magic spells come first, and then the
does it? Okay.
OCC stuff happens.
I thought it was before that, but all right. I read the book kind of odd. Oh, hey, there it is, right here.
Oh,
Hater
okay.
Chaos Wizard.
Sweet, see it.
Haters are the most dangerous and deadly of the Chaos Wizards because they are angry at. They have teenage angst or hate almost everything in the world. Yep, this is your emo kid.
Yep, your emo, hate the world, you know, pierce myself with bobby pins or whatever. Dumbass.
Got the razor blade under the tongue.
Yep.
Hate almost everything in the world, especially demons, monsters, and DBs. They tend to be, go ahead and roll percentile dice.
4.
They tend to be moody and sully, but lashes out if threatened or pushed around. The anger inside quietly smolders below the surface. That's what he rolled.
Is strong.
His angst is strong. There are a couple other options, but that's what he rolled, so let's move on. Each type of hater sees violence and retribution as the answer to every problem, but the angry fireplug often borders on the homicidal. All are children of chaos who go with the flow and react to whatever comes their way, usually with violence. Yep, the angsty kids. Alignment, any but lean towards anarchist or aberrant. Wow.
Yeah.
Guess you have a moral code as a kid. Okay. Education, as per age modifier table, but hand-to-hand basic to expert and one weapon proficiency of choice. This character likes to inflict damage when he fights, so he learned how to use the switchblade or the brass knuckles. Chaos magic. This character's natural inclination is to learn magic that frightens, hurts, kills, or causes problems and impediments, including energy blasts, walls, clouds, noise disturbance. Starts with the following chaos magic. And this is where we were talking earlier about the children sounding spell names. Boombox, Cherry Bomb, Demon Strength, Debris Barrage, Debris Cloud, Power Fist, Racket. Stop with that racket, you crazy kids. And 3 of choice, plus 3 wizard invocations. Agony, Blind, Call Lightning, Desiccate, the Supernatural, Energy Disruption, Spoil, and Sorcerer's Fury. There you go. So, let's get back to... was that everything? Yep.
No, that was the specific, and then underneath is Chaos Wizard OCC.
Yeah, but we're gonna do the powers, but we're not gonna go through all this stuff up here. So you only got 5. Where the hell's 1 and 2? There we go. You become a mega damage being. This is true with all of them. Whenever on or within 1,000 feet of a ley line, character automatically turns to mega damage being. Combine hit points and SDC of the character plus 2 per level experience becomes physical MDC. That's not bad.
No, this is drastically different than the Blue Zone Wizard. The Blue Zone Wizard just gets a force field.
Yep.
He's still normal, squishy flesh and blood. But these Chaos Wizards, they literally
Well, it does
they
say force field.
The combined hit points SC, the caster plus 2 points per. Oh, best of all damage to the force. It didn't say that. That's the first time it said force field. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it actually turns into a mega damage being. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it said the same thing for the line wizard, or sorry, the zone wizard as well. I think the idea of it is, how do I say this? you're a soft nougat with a crunchy shell.
Well, here's the problem, and I know I should let this go, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
In the Rifts conversion book, whenever a supernatural thing is converted from SDC hit point system to mega damage, it uses the same formula. Combine hit points and SDC together, that's your MDC. That means you've transformed into a mega damage being, and that's exactly what this thing is saying. So screw this, they're a mega damage being now.
Yeah, no, actually, I would agree with you. No, seriously, I would agree with you on that, even if it says that it's a force.
Nope, you went out again. You went out again.
There we go. Okay. That's weird. For me, it becomes mega damage being. That's the end all be all. I think this right here is just kind of a descriptor. Somebody said, cut and paste problem. That could have been what it was as well. We're on page 30 here. I don't remember what page the line wizard was on. Oh, close. I just want to see if it says like the same verbiage. The hell? Becomes mega damage being. So it says the same thing at first. Becomes mega damage being. Total MDC is 20 plus 1, so it's a little bit different in the calculation.
Yeah, they're not merging hit points and SDC together.
But it says, other than that, it says the same words. I
know, which is not right. It is not right. This is a mistake.
It's still a good book.
Yeah.
I agree with Heathen Dog on that and the pedantry side of it. I would lean, actually, I would lean the same direction as him. It says becomes mega damage being. That's how Rifts handles it. That's how I would handle it. The force field thing to me is more of a visual than anything else. That's just how I would take it. And again, don't have to concentrate to make it happen. Initial spell knowledge by type of Chaos Wizard. That's what we already read. 3, learning new spells. The Chaos Wizard has no form. Nope,
you muted again.
Okay, you should be able to hear me now.
Yeah.
That is weird. It keeps losing connection with the browser. I hear my computer's fan spinning up too, so I wonder what's going on. Is Windows updating?
I don't know.
Yeah, it keeps letting me know when that happens because I can't see it. Thank you. The Chaos Wizard has no formal means of finding or learning new spells, and again, I think all of the classes have that. So, what do you start with? 1d4 new spells every level of experience. Spells should be selected from the Chaos Magic or some sort of wizard invocations, blah, blah, blah. Go get the Rifts Book of Magic because they didn't want to put them here. Secret PP Reserve unknown to the... Okay, we already read through what that is. It's the same for this class. And then the bonuses. So, skills, OCC skills for adults. We'll just remember, everything is happening as kids. We're going to look at a couple of spells. I'm just going to randomly scroll until I stop. Unless you have one you like.
Cherry Bomb.
Okay, Cherry Bomb. We'll do Cherry Bomb. If you don't know what cherry bombs are, I'm sorry. I don't hear the term anymore, but we heard them growing up, certainly. They're little red fireworks that I don't know how much
like 1/8 stick of dynamites or something like that. They were crazy.
I thought they were half the size of an M80, which is a fourth of a stick. I thought.
Didn't I say 1/8?
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, yeah. For some reason, I thought I heard 1/2.
No.
But, all right. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they're the same thing. But, okay, range touch placement, thrown approximately 100 feet. So, touch placement or thrown. So, is this a physical item? Let's find out. Damage, 1d6 mega damage per level of experience. That's more than a cherry bomb.
Yeah, a little
It does
bit.
mega damage. That's more than dynamite.
Yeah.
But the wizard can regulate the total damage as he desires. That's cool.
No. In increments of 1d6. So
Yeah.
you're still doing mega damage. You can't
But
regulate that.
well, no. Okay, fair. But I mean, but you can regulate. Let's say you could do 10d6. You could just do 1d6. But it's
I
still
could, but
mega damage. So
I
whatever you
never
threw
would.
it at.
Yeah.
Don't say hot potato, okay? And hey, Heathen Dog, what does it say you're gonna do?
Most haters go with the maximum.
There you go.
Damn
Duration
straight.
lasts for 2 minutes per level of experience or until the stem is broken or pulled. Explodes 15 seconds, so 1 melee round, after the stem is pulled, or 5 minutes after the stem is broken in half.
So you're actually summoning a physical thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Beat Magnet, I used to battle damage some of my battle mechs that are set behind me through, I wouldn't use M80 because I'd blow them up, but I did a lot of fireworks on my battle mechs to make them look battle damage. It worked. Some of them so much so that they broke. Saving throw, none. PP 8, double away from, so 8 or 16 away from the blue zone. A nasty time delay explosive exclusive to the Hater and the Warrior Chaos Wizard. Wizard magically generates a small red sphere shaped like a cherry, complete with a stem. It's a cherry bomb. It really is. About twice the size of a real cherry. If the stem is broken in half, the sphere will explode in 5 minutes. If this is done when the mage wants a time delay or places an explosive device on a vehicle or person. I think it would be funnier if they would just actually lit it. I don't know. But okay.
They don't want kids playing with fire.
That's fair. Pulling the stem is like pulling the pin of a hand grenade, only with comparatively long detonation time, 15 seconds. Yeah, you have no pin that you're holding in. Once you pull that, it's like... this allows the Hater quietly place or roll the bomb and make good on his escape. All right. Cool. There's a fart one in here that we're going to look up. The Debris Cloud, Demon Strength, Debris Barrage. Unless there's really another Double Dare. I mean, that's definitely a kid's... I Spy... Finger paint? What? The wizard can write in brightly colored paints using just his finger. Oh, so you can do graffiti. Great. Ghetto Blaster. Yes! This would drive me crazy in the real world, but I think it's fun. The spell turns radio, music player, microphone, walkie-talkie, or other piece of sound generating equipment into a lethal weapon. Point and shoot to fire magical bolts that do 1d6 mega damage to most targets and 3d6 mega damage to electronics. No, this should have been better. This should have been... audio, like strictly audio, like it does sonic damage. That would have been awesome. But okay, you guys can read the rest on the screen. A favorite of the Hater. Look at that, we're finding all Heathen Dog spells. Fast food. Hey, you can get special go. Come on, I know I saw it in here. Jackrabbit, home free, hot foot. We got one more wizard to get through. I want to find this one. Noise pair, out of place, paint remover, quiet walk. There's your kid. Doing something with an apple. Racket! You kids and your racket. What the hell is it? Well, if I pass it and don't find... Oh, yeah, skate in the air, which you have to have skate before you can have skate in the air. Smoke bombs. Sea dagger, small. Speed demon. Oh my god. Did I pass? Oh, there it is. Stink bomb, a.k.a. fart blossom. Why is it called that? Because a glowing orange sphere the size of a golf ball with the vague shape and appearance of a rose appears in the spellcaster's hand. The mage has 5 seconds to throw it, hand grenade style, before it goes off. Creates a thick orange cloud of gas that covers 10 to 20 foot radius. Wizard's choice on the size and reeks of rotten eggs and sulfur. Fart bomb. Kids made these spells. Did the writer of this, was it just Kevin that did this? Did he have his kids write these spells?
Well, I don't know what he did. It's like, think like an idiot and make me a spell. Okay.
But to be fair, thematic. As much as they drive me crazy, it's thematic.
Something a 9-year-old would do, right? Yep. It's something a 9-year-old would name his spell Fart Blossom. All right, I'm sorry. This definitely would happen.
And would laugh about it.
Yeah.
And then throw it at girls.
Yeah.
All right, the D shifter.
This is OP as hell.
I liked let me phrase, not about the powers. I like the description of this class better than anything I think I've read. D-Shifter is one of the stranger new magic OCCs. This character does not cast spells, but draws on leyline energy in a way that goes beyond the Blue Zone Wizard. Or even the leyline walkers of the future. So what happened? What happened to the shifter? They dropped the douche out of their, the dimension out of their name, and they somehow the D-Shifter makes a permanent cosmic connection with the infinite megaverse by becoming one with the leyline energy. How they accomplish this is a mystery even to them. It is assumed they have natural predisposition to the metaphysical that turns them into a D-Shifter. The D-Shifters agree. Most believe that it is their destiny. Oh, they love it. They love this. I'm not going to read much more of this, but they think this is the best thing to ever happen to the world. Now, they understand that the world is suffering. But they're like, man, but we can remake this world. We're going to have an awesome future. Life is great. We can hop around. Come on, let's do this, baby. Think of the positive where one door's closed and new doors open kind of thing.
Yeah, now I know why they died. It's the people who die in apocalypse are usually the ones like, oh, it's okay. Look at the silver lining. They're the ones that die first.
Now, like the world around them, the D-Shifters are transformed. They are no longer human, but become lesser creatures of magic. I actually do not like the art, even though it says go look at it. So let's take a look on the cover. That's page 49. This is the D-Shifter down here. I actually thought the written description was better than the painting. But notice that there's no shadow here. Like he kind of turns into something else. That's the D-Shifter. Oops. Didn't I say 49? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Like thus one cannot learn to become a D-Shifter. You're either born one or not. They claim they feel called to the ley lines, and it is there that they find themselves in a reborn. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the talk about how... There we go. To mark the D-Shifters as more than human, they radiate a soft blue light and crackle with rippling energy whenever they use one of their inherent powers. So they glow a little bit. When away from ley lines, their physical bodies seem to become cloaked in shadow, and within the shadowy parts of their faces and bodies appear tiny sparks and flashes of light, as if hundreds of fireflies were circling around them underneath their cloaks, or as if the cosmos were reflected in the shadow of their being. Many believe that is the megaverse reflected in their shadowy and shroud bodies. The D-Shifter neither confirm nor deny any theories, nor do they ever discuss their strange phenomenon, blah, 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 blah. Despite appearances, D-Shifters remain flesh and blood beings, though they are now mega-damaged creatures and can transcend the physical plane, especially blue zones. Heathen Dog, what I need for you is as we go through these powers here, okay, I need you to tell me if this character is actually more powerful than the true shifter.
Okay.
Becomes a mega damage being.
Yes.
Whenever on or within.
More powerful than the shifter. Yeah.
1d4 times 10 plus 20. Regenerates 1d6 per melee round.
That is also no joke. That is a high level of regeneration. I mean, it's not vampire, but it's good.
Oh, but that's not enough.
No.
Away from the blue zone, still recovers lost MDC at a rate of 1d6 every 24 hours.
Yeah, that's more or less fine.
Still, can we have a drawback somewhere? I mean, the blue zone wizard can't even cast away from ley lines.
I know. But we haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Look at the note.
Yeah, this also means the character's physical strength becomes supernatural, though nothing amazing. Just turn the character's normal human physical strength attribute into supernatural. Half the D-Shifters have a PS of 15 or less, which does only 46 SDC damage on a full strength punch and 1d4 mega damage on a power punch. Oh no, it's not as strong as the hater.
Yeah, but the thing is, for low-level supernatural strength, you're not using it in combat. You're using it in everything outside of combat, especially in a world that's been screwed up. There's a lot of lifting and carrying involved.
Yes.
And your multiple in pounds is like times 100 or something. Your strength times 100 is the amount of pounds you can carry.
Yeah.
So even someone with a normal strength of 10, they can carry around 1,000 pounds. That's no joke, man.
And then it talks about physical strength is even more here, yada, yada. Feel ley line disturbance. When a D-Shifter's on a ley line, the character feels the ebb and flow, blah. What does this mean? Consequently, D-Shifter knows when a dimensional portal rift opens anywhere on the line. How long it is open, when it closes, if anyone or thing entered or exited, and whether the rift is near or far. on a connecting line. That's,
Eh.
I would almost think that that's sensory overload.
Well,
I
yeah,
get it. I know that's not the intent of it, but the way
I
it's
know,
written there,
yeah. But the everything is so active at this time that there could be like you could feel like there's popcorn going off in your head.
right?
Yeah,
At least you know where the popcorn landed.
yeah,
The
fair.
D shifter can sense where a dimensional portal leads to, i.e., what world or dimension lays on the other side. They can also sense whether that plane of existence is safe, hazardous, or deadly to humans without having to enter it. Notice
That
there's
is
no
stronger than a regular shifter. A regular shifter has to concentrate and takes time to do the exact same thing. Whereas here, the D shifter just knows. Looks
no
at it and goes,
percentile
yeah,
roll, no anything,
no,
just knows.
just knows.
Impervious to ley line storms and weird effects. This one I read twice. Is the only being known to be unaffected by ley line storms and other strange phenomena that spring from the ley lines. Thus, storms and other disturbances generated in the blue zones roll over the D shifter without adverse effect. D shifters are aware of storms and can feel the ebb and flow of energy, but suffers no penalty, discomfort, or problems from it. This means they are not struck by lightning, are never teleported against their will, nor do they suffer power surges or side effects. Furthermore, they can feel when a ley line storm or other disturbances occurring anywhere on the line or any connecting lines, and will know if it's coming their way and how soon it will hit, accurate to within 2d6 seconds. We're not talking like an hour.
Basically, you can call it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's calling it.
Recognize dimensional beings. That's pretty obvious what that does. We need to get through some of this stuff. Recognize the supernatural. Hey, yeah, that's supernatural. And it basically has lore, demons, and monsters at 95%. Like, what is, when you become one of these things, is this just implanted in your head?
I guess so. Yeah, the whole background knowledge of the multiverse is, downloaded into you.
Can see astral beings and entities. By shift phasing, the character can touch, attack, hurt astral beings with punches. Now, this one I thought was a little neat. So flawless travel from the astral plane back to physical. Now, I don't know anything about the astral plane and rifts. Right now is not the time because we are running really long here. But D-shifters don't feel comfortable in astral plane and seldom linger there for any reason, using it as passage from one reality to another or temporary holding zone rather than a destination to visit and explore. With all of its powers, it's like, yeah, but I don't want to be there. I thought that was kind of neat.
Icky.
Yeah. Strange attractions. They have a thing for the color blue. They wear hoods and cloaks. And here it is. D-shifters are curious about all alien life forms. Fascination makes them much more trusting and accepting of DBs and aliens and can lead to hours of questions. Blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
why they're dead.
That's why they're dead. There you go. PPE base 66 plus 40.
That's pretty good.
Why? Why do they need that much when they don't even have spells? Okay, they kind of do, but add another 2d6 plus 10 per level. Did the ley line or the blue zone wizard get that?
Nope. Not even close.
By the way, just out of curiosity, does Rift Future say how these things died out?
No, it doesn't. But from their attitude, I imagine they got themselves killed.
They just said go live elsewhere. They all went to Phase World.
That's entirely possible.
Oh, we're not done. Now let's go see what their powers are. Wait,
yeah,
that wasn't them?
That's their abilities. This is their powers.
Energy expulsion. Basically the same as, but they can do a lightning bolt that's 5d6 mega damage. Let's see. Imitate, duplicate, recreate any dimensional magic spell. This is what we were talking about a little earlier. All dimension, space-time, reality altering spells, including all ley line magic spells, rifts and portals, teleportation magic, blah, 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 blah. Wait, hold on.
At 1/3 normal PPE cost.
Spell must
Yeah, so open rift, close rift.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
I missed the period. That's all it was. But spells like Fireball, Wind Rush, Flyby cannot be copied because they're not ley line spells. But all these ley line spells cost 1/3 the normal, as long as it happens within 10 minutes of having experienced or witnessed it.
Yeah.
Reopen Dimensional Portal. Can a shifter do that?
I think so, but I'm fairly
not.
certain they're not going to do it for just 100 points.
I thought they couldn't. I thought it was still kind of random for them. But okay.
No, if it just closed, I think they can reopen it, but it's not a sure thing. This is a sure thing.
Yeah, but it can open for 30 seconds per level of experience. Yeah. Hopefully the good things are coming through. Shift location, 30 points for PPE. double away from a blue zone. This is the shifter's version of teleportation. In a blue zone, the shifter can vanish in the blink of an eye to reappear anywhere on the ley line or a connecting line with 100% accuracy. That could be miles away. Can teleport to any place within 100 miles, to which he's intimately familiar, or any location he can see within 100 feet. That's a true teleportation. That's not on the line. That part's on the line. So I'm kind of skipping a couple things here because we got to end this. Shift phase. The character phases to straddle 2 dimensions simultaneously. The effect makes the character fade, becoming semi-transparent. In this form, Ghostly D-Shifter is aware of what's happening around him in both dimensions and can react to events and speak to people in both dimensions. Oh my god. But cannot make physical contact, blah, 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 shift location. When shift phase, character is intangible like a ghost and cannot be harmed. Oh, I can talk to everybody. I can interact with everybody, but you can't harm me by most stuff. Shift through time. Oh, you can witness 1d4 plus 1 minutes of the past. Now, you can't affect it. You're just a fly on the wall, so to speak. 1d6 seconds seem to have passed in the real world. You know what that means? It costs an action.
Yeah. But here's the better one. The D-Shifter can go back to any moment in his own time that he personally experienced. Yep. That means you never have to remember anything. You just, oh, wait, I have forgotten the code to my bike lock.
This is the wife's perfect argument spell.
Yeah, you go back in time to witness yourself putting in the code of the bike lock. You come back and go, oh, it's 4827. There you go.
Or it's how your wife remembers all the things that you said when...
Yeah. This is a woman power.
Shift to heavy mega damage. Now, it comes with a pretty big drawback, but it costs 12 PPE with a thought. The D-Shifter can increase his physical form to become heavy mega damage creature, triple the character's usual MDC. And any damage he sustains is taken off the extra MDC first. However, while in heavy mode, cannot use any of his other powers. Shift to light. The D-Shifter turns himself into a creature of light. He retains a vaguely humanoid shape, but is completely made of light, any color he desires. In light form, the character can hover and fly. Blue. What's that?
Probably blue.
Probably blue. Yeah, good point. Observe. That's right. Observe. Fire a light beam to use as a searchlight and radiate light on par with a 300-watt light bulb. The character can also see in all spectrums of light, cannot be blinded. By the way, all spectrums of light includes IR, UV, cannot be blinded by light regardless of the intensity, is impervious to radiation and can go through the tiniest cracks and opening. However, the light beam cannot impact harm the physical world. Oh no. Has trouble telling time and has trouble hearing and remembering sounds and conversations. Suffers from night blindness, blah, blah, blah. Oh, dude, you get to turn into a ball of light, but that isn't enough. You can also turn into pure energy. The D-Shifter becomes a humanoid shape energy being who can hover, fly, and is impervious to all forms of energy attacks. Punches and kicks do mega damage, blah, blah, blah. Feels drained. Okay, yeah, when you come out of it, you do feel drained. Oh, no. Holy Lord.
But everyone's dead, so, you can have a Coke.
There you go. That's it. We kind of sped through the D-Shifter, but the D-Shifter was just so comical to me with it's just the powers kept going on and on and on.
I mean, you're like, oh, but that's situational. Yeah, but he's got a power for every damn situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter if each one is situational. He's got all the situations covered.
Right? Like I said, even the line wizard, or sorry, what are they called? The zone wizard has to be near a zone.
Drawbacks. I didn't see any for the D-Shifter. I didn't see any.
Not any real ones, no.
Yeah, the only ones that were like, oh, he's weak or tired afterward. Yeah, but afterward, everyone else is dead. There's no more danger. So is that really a drawback or just, sitting down, having a Coke, relaxing a little bit?
All right. So a couple things real quickly. I know we're still in the video, but I'm going to talk to live stream for a moment. We didn't make our goal today, so no Hunger Games giveaway, which is fine. We're so over time as it is right now. This is just going to be a benefit to us. I know he's got to go and I've got to eat. So with that, let's hit the comments. I got at least one on Rumble that I want to bring up. Go ahead and let's hit the comments and then wrap this up.
Well, we have Beat Mag saying a D-Shifter is the only Magic character I'd play. Well, after hearing it, no, dude, why would you want to play anything else? I mean, seriously. I get it. I completely understand.
But I do want
there is a
Sorry.
reason why they're not in the world anymore. They either all died or left.
It's
That's
weird
it.
though, because magic is more powerful in Rifts. They even talk about that in this book, that the magic is more powerful, not as chaotic, but is more powerful in Rifts. They understand it better, yada yada yada. But these things, I don't know, man. I like they're yeah, I like these. By the way, the lore that I skipped a lot of for each of the classes, the lore for each one is very, very well done as to why they can do what they can do, and if they have limitations, why those exist.
Yep.
Anything else?
Then we have here we go. Storm control is pretty powerful considering that Chaos Earth atmosphere is always crappy with Yellowstone ash everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, but again, the Blue Zone Wizard wears that respirator because, you know, the whole Yellowstone thing, and on a ley line it's even worse because the storms are worse. So, you know, that carried over. So, you know, yeah, I mean, all of the affectations that a lot of people have in Rift's Earth, which are no longer really necessary, are from when they were really necessary now. And
There's one from Nerdy Ogre, the Mind Melter one. Can you put that up?
oh yeah, hang on. I can't find it.
I got it.
There we go.
Mind Melter can't harm the D shifter because he's intangible. Challenge accepted. Well,
Yeah,
that's the wrong form of accepted, but
yeah, but yeah, he is still being able to affect by psionic powers. So there's that. But
do Mind Melters exist in this era?
no.
Oh. I'd like to see Psychic Scream. That's supposed to be the book that comes out. That's the sister companion to this one, right? But for Psychic,
there is one. The Creatures of Magic source book. It does have some minor psychic powers because, spoiler alert, General Sawyer does develop minor telekinesis.
Okay. Yeah, as Beat Mag said, that's why we need Psychic Scream. No, I get it. I can understand that. And I hope it's as well written as this one. I hope it's bigger, but I hope it's as well written as this one. On the Rumble side, Umbra Operator says, the Beyond the Supernatural second edition intro sells the supernatural so well. You might apply that to Chaos Earth. For Kevin stating in a book he doesn't believe in the supernatural, he sells it well. Says good, but well. Yeah, well, Kevin reads a lot. And if you read a lot, you can bake that into your imagination, and you can absolutely sell it out there well.
Yep.
Okay, well, with that, I thought they were interesting. I again apologize if we kind of sped through the last one a little too much, but you got the idea. At this point, you either think this book is amazing or you want to stay away from it. But this book is compatible with Rifts in and of itself. Maybe not the O.C.Cs directly, although you could probably do that as well. But the history, some of those roles can still be, there are still reasons why you could use them. Maybe some of the spells, depending on how they've, because it's so much of this says go get the Rifts Book of Magic. But all told, I liked it. I thought it really sold me on Chaos Earth. I want to find out more. More so, I want to find out what happens between Chaos Earth, even if it's just an outline form, between Chaos Earth and Rifts Earth. I really, really, really do. Again, I don't expect a full history of where everybody came from and lineage, but just give us an idea of what happened between here and there so we're not inferring things. That's something that right now I would buy in a second. But yeah, so go check out Chaos Earth, go get Rise of Magic, link in the description, and look forward to seeing you all next time.